What is going on, everybody? I am your host, Slackerz, bringing you guys our next matchup in the Ultimate Smash Bros. DLC tournament. Yeah, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new and you're stumbling across this, wondering what this is, basically it's a tournament of 72 characters that potentially have the they have the chance to be in Smash Bros. Through the means of the Fighter Pass, through DLC. So how the tournament works is each day I will upload a matchup from the channel, and then except for Sundays. But I upload a matchup, and then we vote down in the comments for who you'd rather see it as a character in Smash Ultimate for DLC, and then we go till there's a winner of the whole thing. I mean, that's kind of how tournaments work. You go till you have a champion or a winner of the whole thing. So how do you vote? Pretty simple. Down in the comments, type your answer. Did I just say that? I don't know. But you just type your answer. One vote per person. So today's matchup is actually King Boo taking on Claptrap from the Borderlands series. So we'll jump into that matchup in just a second, but it's a few other rules. Double elimination tournament, meaning a character has to lose 2 times before being officially eliminated. So you lose once, drop to the loser bracket, you lose from there, you're done. If there's ever a tie in the voting, flip a coin on camera, fairest way to break the tie. And each matchup only stays open for 1 week voting-wise. That way the tournament keeps on rolling, and we keep advancing further and further and getting new matchups. So that's how that's going to work. So with that out of the way, we get to go over the result from last week, which was Bomberman taking on Slackerz. And just remember, this tournament is for fun. Yes, we have all sorts of weird characters, first party, third party, assist trophies, spirits, anime. Look, the tournament is for fun. Yes, we might have rules, that even Sakurai came up with, and no anime characters are going to be in Smash Bros. Well, I don't want to go into that. I have a thought on that, but I'm not going to go too into it. So this tournament is for fun. That's what I'm trying to get to. So let's just get to the results. Bomberman against Slackerz. Again, we know Bomberman's an assist trophy, but people still want him. People still voted for him. Check this out. Bomberman ended up winning the matchup, 33 votes to 16. Congrats to Bomberman, moving on. And Slackerz, unfortunately, takes the L. So Slackerz drops to the loser bracket. One more loss for Slackerz, and he's done. So that's kind of the result. So let's jump into the matchup, right? So like I said, King Boo against Claptrap. And I actually really like this matchup. King Boo has been a Mario character that I've personally really found interesting and would love to have in the game. And I kind of think he's a character that doesn't really get brought up that much. And yeah, so I don't know. Let's just jump into it. So I think first up, I guess King Boo's up first. So King Boo is, like I was just saying, one of the most... he's a pretty prominent character in the Mario universe. When you talk Mario, there's all sorts of characters you can talk about. And recently with the Piranha Plant getting in, I mean, it kind of opens the door for Mario enemies to get in as well. I mean, anybody from any series practically can get in now. So King Boo has a pretty big role. He's a boss in Mario games. He's been in, the Luigi's Mansion games. I have not kept up with Luigi's Mansion 3. I know nothing about it, but I'm assuming he's going to have some sort of role in that. If they've revealed that or not, I don't know, but just makes sense. So King Boo is a prominent character. He's kind of a big character. So the way I envision him, he'd be a bigger character, but I think he'd be a lightweight. I mean, after all, he's a ghost, right? Ghost weigh what? Nothing, right? So I think that makes sense. Big character that could hit hard, but he gets knocked back quite a bit. And yeah, I get it. How are you going to punch a ghost? Because he's a ghost, but it's Smash Bros. Throw that out the window. We don't need to. That doesn't have to be a thing. So yeah, King Boo. I really love this character. There's a lot you can do moveset wise. I'm going to kind of run over a few things that I think moveset wise could work. So I mean, you kind of got something here on screen, but I have my own sort of moveset that I've kind of been coming up with. I don't have a full moveset, but I like it. So for maybe neutral B, he could end up spawning his own King Boo. King Boo. He could spawn his own little Boo, and maybe you could have maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3, and you know how Boos work in Mario if you've ever played it. Got to a ghost house stage, they would end up, if you're not looking at them, the Boos will chase you, but as soon as you turn around to look at the Boo, they stop moving. So I think something like that. You can summon the Boo, by using your neutral move, and maybe you could have, like I said, you could have one, maybe a couple of them on stage at one time. So kind of like Olmar and Pikmin. somewhat similar to that, but so if you lose a boo, you can summon a new one. So basically, if the character's not looking at the boo, then they're just going to relentlessly chase you down and attack you and all sorts of stuff. So I want to get to this picture. This is a character, an enemy in Mario games that is pretty easily forgotten. It is called the Balloon Boo. Now, how do these things work? Think Kirby inhales, right? That's what they do. So this Balloon Boo would inhale all this air, and you could even get sucked in. This is how I'm imagining the up special to work, your recovery move. So you inhale the character. Well, if they're close enough, you would inhale the character as well. But basically, you inhale a bunch of air. So as much as you would inhale, once you let go, then he kind of just floats, horizontally or vertical, whatever direction you're holding. So it kind of depends on, the longer you would charge it up for recovery. So kind of like Diddy Kong, with his Congo jetpack thing, you just press it right away. It's not going to have much range. It's not going to have much arc on it. So a little bit, the longer you hold, the longer he inhales, the more air that the King Boo would have, the more, the farther he's going to recover. So I kind of like that for a potential, in his moveset. He's also got some other things that you can come up with. I know you could do he's got the crown. You could do maybe a little headbutt with the crown. That could be like a little, I don't know, an up smash potentially, maybe an up air. Let's see, you could do a little boo charge, kind of just charges up and just, goes straight at you. Pretty simple. He's got the tongue, maybe be weird, but maybe uses the, tongue attack, lick, something like that, smacks you with the tongue. Be weird, but it could happen. Also, you could make it I thought of this for a down special. It's not a counter, but it'd be like a stun move. So King Boo would if King Boo has to be facing the character for this to work. So King Boo would make the scary face, and it would be like a temporary stun effect. So you get stunned for maybe a second or two, something like that. King Boo can combo into whatever after that. So I think there's some cool stuff you can do with King Boo. I just really like this character. I would love to see him in Smash Bros. I have for the longest time. I don't talk about him too much. Frankly, not many people do, and I wish more people would. I really like the character personally. I guess that's why I want more people to talk about him. But King Boo from the Mario series, people know who this character is, and if he's going to be in Luigi's Mansion 3, again, I'm assuming he's going to be. You could kind of promote it that way too. Yeah, you could promote it with Professor Egad. Yeah, but King Boo is probably more relevant or more popular than Egad is. So let's move on to King Boo's opponent, Claptrap. Very, very strange character in this tournament. Now you could say, well, Borderlands, Smash Bros. Would that work? I think you could get. I think you could get something to work here. So Claptrap, viewed by a lot of people as kind of the mascot of Borderlands. After all, some people are going to say no, it's a psycho. They've always been on the cover of the games. The traditional board. You got the red and white little mask. Those could maybe be the. I don't know. They're just a generic enemy, but then again, generic enemies can make it in the game, right? Piranha Plant, exactly. So, Claptrap, he's a funny little robot. He's got all sorts of stuff he can do. So, quickly run over moveset here. And plus, Borderlands 3 is coming out later this year. I know it's not on the Switch, but it'd still be very interesting to see if we got a Borderlands character. Some people might say, nah, you'd use one of the Vault Hunters, such as a Siren, or, maybe somebody with a turret or something like that. One of the other classes. I can understand that. Maybe Psycho or a Bandit or somebody that might have a bit more of a moveset, and I don't know. But Claptrap has been playable in Borderlands. He was in the pre-sequel after all, so he's kind of got his own skill tree. And if you know anything about that, you can kind of take ideas from his skill tree. But so a few moves that I wanted to kind of go over with. Of course, you could and probably would have to throw in some of the weapons from Borderlands into his moveset somewhere. Not the entire moveset, just here and there. Maybe, a shotgun or, assault rifle. I know, more guns, woohoo, whatever. But for Claptrap, you could do a lot of cool things. So Claptrap is a funny little robot, does all these awesome little animations. He's got his own dance. He does the worm. He kind of chases his own extension cord sometimes. It's on the... if you ever sit on the main menu of the original Borderlands game, or Borderlands Remastered, this little extension cord comes out and it kind of chases it in a little tail. So you could kind of use the extension cord as maybe like a little whip in a way. Like I said, he does the worm. So maybe that could be like a side special sort of thing, you know, just kind of does the worm going along. I think that'd be really funny to see, actually. Of course, like I said, weapons somehow in the moveset somewhere. He's got the wheel because he's a robot and he's got the one wheel. So you could end up using the wheel, like maybe he kind of revs it up and he does a little dash attack. Maybe, I don't know, he does like a little donut on the ground or something, just kind of spins around. He does have 2 arms, so I kind of envision, and plus the wheel. So I'd envision maybe like, I don't know what to call it, like a surprise little attack. So he would kind of recede his arms and his wheel in, and then, you know, you can kind of hold it, and after a couple seconds, you know, they just pop out, and, you know, left arm, right arm, and down. So it kind of would be a cool little, maybe a neutral air attack, I think, kind of covers a good little radius around you. So kind of something cool you could do with that. But, yeah, I think Claptrap's a weird, definitely a weird one to put in the tournament, but I don't know, Borderlands is a really big series. It's going to have one of the biggest games releasing this year. Could happen. Maybe Borderlands could happen in Smash. That'd be very crazy and insane because, I don't know. But Claptrap would have some pretty cool, you know, taunts and just all sorts of things. He's got different sort of... there are different sort of Claptraps throughout Borderlands. What do you got? The interplanetary ninja assassin Claptrap. You got gentleman Claptrap. He's got like a top hat and a monocle. You got a wizard Claptrap. So you can take, you know, various, you know, skins and, you know, different Claptraps and kind of come up with own movesets and stuff like that. So Claptrap is a really cool character. King Boo is a really cool character. I really like both these. I'm a big Borderlands fan, but I'm also a big King Boo fan. So for this one, as much as I'd like to see Claptrap, I gotta go King Boo. He's been one of my most wanted characters. Seriously, he's always like in the top 5 for me. Always in the top 5. I always know he's probably never gonna happen, but I don't know. Fingers crossed. Seriously, fingers crossed one day he gets in as a playable character. I think he'd be awesome. Heavy character that's also a lightweight. No, a bigger character that's also a lightweight. So I think he'd be kind of cool. So King Boo gets my vote. Let me know who you guys got down in the comments. King Boo or Claptrap. Pretty simple. And, yeah, I guess that is going to be it. So, I'll give you a sneak peek for tomorrow's matchup, which is Crash Bandicoot taking on Black Knight. Yes, the assist trophy from Fire Emblem. Ew, gross, more Fire Emblem characters. We'll talk about it tomorrow. But we'll also get the results of who? Dixie Kong and Spyro. So, Crash and Spyro are in tomorrow's video. So, one's in a matchup, one gets the results. We'll end up seeing what happens with that. Anyway, that is it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.